All right, Coach, walk us through kind of the stresses of the ninth inning. Talk us through that balk, non-balk. What happened there?
So the balk is that he stepped off, you know what I mean? So it wasn't a balk, you know what I mean? We had thought that the umpire, on a normal step off, you would just step off, no one says anything. I mean, there's nothing to say. The home plate jumped out like I thought he was calling a balk because you don't come out saying he stepped out. You know, you just he steps off, you play baseball. You know, like happened after the other ones. But I thought he for sure stepped off. He kept his poise outstanding, and we were pretty fortunate. But I think it was the right call for sure. I'd have to obviously watch the video, but he did the right thing. And the stresses of the ninth inning, I can't even. I mean, how many walks did we have on that? And a hit batter, and a couple really good hitters. 1-0 count, and he's all over the place, and it just misses the ball and pops up. So we were real fortunate. But yeah, what a doozy right there.
Saarloos has talked all year about Reidig's temperament on the mound, how he's just always kind of steady.
He may be driving us crazy, but he sure does a great job of keeping us poised. He's a really steady Eddie, so he's a neat kid, and it shows out there when he does that. I don't even know if he knows that he was in trouble. Maybe I don't know. He's got you talk about ice water in your veins. That's what he's got. So we're blessed to have him. But we know what a great job by Mosiello and Bolden did great. And Kelly, our free bases killed us. We walk a guy and hit a batter. Those are the 2 runs that scored the 1 inning. And then in that last inning, it almost came up to haunt us again.
So you guys had some aggressive base running tonight. It worked out sometimes. It didn't work out other times. But kind of walk me through on your thoughts on the base running.
Well, I mean, obviously, you send him because you think he can make it. And the rule for a third base coach is you never send a guy with no outs unless he makes it. So that's a horrible call. Even though they played great catch, I got baited into it basically. Actually, a normal double, we don't score spin round. He bobbled the ball, so that gives us, oh shoot, we have a shot, and it's just a bad decision. I don't care that they played perfect catch. I don't care about 2 outs. I would do it a 1,000,000% of the time. That's the right play. But with no outs, anytime you get a guy thrown out at home plate, that's a bad decision. So that's a poor job on me, even though I give them credit for doing it. But you got to expect people to make nice plays like they did. The other one, the contact play, runners on first, second, third, we go 1,000,000% of the time. Guy makes an amazing play, throws the ball out. Unfortunately, our runner at second supposed to go on contact, so it would be first and third with 2 outs, just like nothing ever happened. But yeah, that's a baseball play. People that don't really understand thinking you got thrown out at home. If you're out by a mile, you stay in a rundown, then it ends up being second and third, and you're in the exact same situation. With us, you're actually, the ball is hit right in front of Luke. I think that's what made him not go. But when you go automatically, like I said, worst case, you're at first and third. The guy made an amazing play and a throw. You force them, and again, it's one of those deals. Like again, there's no excuse for the no outs. Like if you get thrown out with no outs, that's a bad call. I don't care if it was the greatest throw in the history of baseball. That's 100% on me, and that's just something that we don't do. But again, like we tell our players, like if we're going to make mistakes, it better be aggressively. It's not going to be because we come playing scared and we come in, and that's been our motto forever. We're going to play super aggressive. So like what I can't live with myself if I'm playing scared and making bad decisions. But like I said, I go back to no outs and even 1 out, man. You better be 100%. Like you have to be, but you can't like, well, okay, I'll just. Only when we're going to make it by 10 feet. You got to play baseball. And I'll do that 1,000,000 times. I just wish I hadn't tonight with no outs.
So you guys shuffled the lineup around a little bit, put Gray out and left to get to Plansky at second. What have you seen from the bats these 2 days? It looks like they're seeing the ball a little bit better.
It's just, it was, as you know, after that Kansas State game, we had an anemic 10-game stretch for the most part. The few wins we got, we played good offense. We beat UT and scored 10. We beat Texas and scored 7. But offensively, we single-handedly, and we had to be just to tell the truth with the offense. Like we can't sugarcoat it. Like part of coaching kids is to be honest with them. And I always say that average players don't want to hear the truth. Good players, make adjustments, but great players, they want you to tell the truth. So we were anemic for 10 games. We cost our club. That 3 and 7's on the offense. We did a terrible job. But the thing is, we've done it before. We averaged eight runs a game. We're hitting in that 10-day stretch. Our average dropped 20-something points. We were averaging 4 points a game. We're getting better on the mound. Our relievers, it's just it's on the offense. And I actually haven't been through a stretch like that, to be honest. And that even, I always talk about the thing about experience, like no one's made more mistakes than me. So you hopefully learn from it. But like I hadn't been through that stretch. So just trying to get the guys to keep your heads up, believe in yourselves. Like you guys have done it before. Why can't you? Now, you got a guy like Birdsell coming in today with a 1.73 ERA. They're hitting 133 against them, so it's sure not going to get any easier. But I mean, a real credit to our guys to get little. They did what I've always said. They're gritty, they're tough. But we had that 10-game stretch that somehow snowballed from that Tuesday, Wednesday, and I can't explain it. If I could, we wouldn't have went 3 and 7. but that was solely on our offense. You know what I mean? That's hard pill to swallow when you're that bad as an offense during that time, and you feel horrible for the kids because they were defeated. Like, what do you think they're trying to be poor? But there's also like, hey, well, it's in our own hands. I mean, come on, let's go. Like, let's not forget who you are and what you've done. So much easier said than done because there's nothing like confidence. Confidence as a baseball player, there's nothing like it. You've seen it with some of the pitchers when Savage comes in and Bolden and they're like, oh, look at them now. Well, confidence is it, and it's pass it on. It's really contagious, and the doldrums and when things don't go good, that's really contagious. And we've been real fortunate here that hasn't happened a ton, but it sure sucks when it does. But we're not immune to anything. We have to play good baseball to win. And it's that simple. We're not good enough to beat anybody if we don't, and we're good enough to beat anybody if we do, like we've showed the last couple nights. So
Birdsell, as he said, he's been doing great this year. What does it mean for Mosiello to be a reliever turned starter? How impactful was his performance?
Sure, we knew that. We know that. And obviously, he matched him or actually outpitched him, so that was fantastic. His pitch total got up because Texas Tech has some really good hitters and they don't chase a lot. But yeah, that won the game. Marcel kept us in the game and we were able to get a lead and build, and so he was fantastic. And then Bolden came in well, and did well. But yeah, it always starts with starting pitching.
So you talked about the 3-7 stretch, and obviously that's a little bit disappointing. But you look around the Big 12, and Texas has dropped 2 straight to Kansas State.
They lost again tonight.
Baylor lost to Kansas in Game 1. So
it's baseball.
It's
like,
baseball, and just when you look around the Big 12, though, that stretch doesn't define this season, right?
And we knew it wouldn't. And had we have been, 10-2, it wouldn't have made. Hey, we still got to go out and play good baseball. But I think it just shows you how fragile this game is. But even though it is baseball, I don't want us to accept it's baseball. You're all right to have bad stretches. The reality is it's going to happen, and how you react is going to show the makings of how well are you coached, how tough are you as a player, the mental toughness we always hear about, but no one can really define, and that's what it takes. But I'm just not into saying, it's okay, we played bad. It's just, you knew it was going to happen. Well, unfortunately, it probably is, but I'm sure not going to accept that it's okay to do that. When we talk about excellence is our standard here, excellence is our standard. But it's part of life, and it's how you react from it. And super proud of these guys that come back the last couple days and show a really tough win in as tough as it gets situations. And tomorrow's a huge day. Getting sweeps in the Big 12 are super duper tough, especially against a great team like this. So that's the goal. But what we did the last 2 days will mean nothing starting tomorrow. It's going to start with starting pitching from Walker, and we got to compete offensively and get some runs early and get him feeling comfortable that, hey, I don't have to make a perfect pitch all the time.
So Curtis Byrne, 3 hits, 2 doubles, a single.
Yeah,
Bishop,
fantastic.
3 singles right up the middle.
Yeah.
How impactful was that 4-5 spot in the lineup today?
I mean, awesome. And to me, I'm not even really into spots. It's about you got to be good 1 through 9. Whenever we're really good, 1 through 9, creates a lot of havoc and you play good. But they were awesome. We got to get more guys on base. The pitchers are doing a great job, and that's why, we walk a lot. We have, but that's not what our goal is, because when you face great pitchers, they're not going to walk people. So if your deal is we got to walk 6 times, or you have a goal, we walk what happens when they're making pitches? Are you just going to shut it down? And there's a lot of reasons, but during that horrible struggle, we weren't walking. They weren't. You don't walk people when they're not putting good swings on. If they don't fear you at all and they can just pound strikes at you, they're not scared at all. You got to bloody their nose a little bit to make them get scared and to make bad pitches. So we still got to get that back, but that's never been the goal. But they're limiting our free bases, so you're gonna have to go out and earn it. But we're not scoring a ton of runs still because they're not giving us a whole lot of base runners. Even like last year, 10 hits. But we still don't score a ton, you know what I mean? And today, I'm not sure how many walks, but I bet you they only walked 2 or 3 guys. And like I said, the contact play getting thrown home, that's not getting thrown out. Getting spin rat thrown out at home plate, that's, again, it's an aggressive play, but it's not the right play, and no one can tell me otherwise.
So you look at these 2 games, 2 wins against a really good baseball team. Can this serve as a spark for moving forward?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, without a doubt. But you got to go out and play tomorrow. So you're only as good as your next game. So, but yeah, what I like is Texas loses a couple teams haven't started playing each other yet. We're trying to win a Big 12. So this goes a long way to winning the Big 12, and that's what tomorrow's going to be all about, winning the Big 12.
What do you think about Lupton tonight?
The electric the last 2 nights, and this is what almost a regional type atmosphere, which is the fans were awesome. I know Coach Sardos talked about that yesterday, and man, I'd love them to come out again tomorrow and really support us and get a sweep. But they helped win the game again. was a little, you get a little bummed because like, you're in your home park with your own fans, and we're starting to crumble a little bit in the ninth. Like, man, we're at home. Our fans are awesome. They're here to support us. But yeah, they were awesome. It's fun to be a Horned Frog when they get the great support like this.
I'm good. Yeah.